in a row. When we were in Jacksonville a week ago, they looked like a team that lost 4 in a row, and they played like that. I've been here in Tampa and watched them practice, talk to players and coaches. This doesn't act nor look like a team that is a losing team. And Tony Dungy really hasn't fired up for this one. But I think, you know how you usually start a game and you say, well, we have to run, establish a run, then we'll pass later. I think if the Bucs are going to have success today, they're going to have to start off with the pass, then go to the run later. So a lot of pressure is going to be on Sean King early in this game.
Coming up, it's the undefeated Vikings versus the Buccaneers, and we'll be back after a word from your local Fox station.
That's why they call you Big Dad. I believe you. Do something special. Do something different.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
It's time you had the best. Nissan trucks and SUVs. It's one powerful family. The most powerful Pathfinder ever. Xterra, Automobile Magazine's all-star for best small to mid-size SUV. And the next Frontier. Now one powerful offer. Financing at 3.9% on 2-door Frontiers. Plus get no payments till 2001 on any new Nissan, including 2001 models. Nissan trucks and SUVs. It's time you had the best. See your local Nissan dealer.
The Palm Beach Post writes, Bill McCullum is running away from his 20-year record in Congress. They say McCullum has raked in money from credit companies and backed legislation to hammer consumers, and that McCullum has consistently sided with polluters. The St. Petersburg Times says McCullum sided with the banks and insurance companies to defeat provisions that would have protected our personal medical and financial information. Florida Today writes that McCullum does not reflect the mainstream attitudes of most Floridians.
The best-selling car in the world. Dependable, reliable. The 2001 Toyota Corolla. Lease Corolla for $169 a month for 48 months with $1168 due at signing. Toyota Corolla. Quality you can count on. Available now at your Toyota dealer. Hurry, this $169 a month offer ends October 31st.
Why has Carlos Ponce's music become so appealing to mainstream America? Could he be the next Ricky Martin? The story Monday on the Fox 13 10 o'clock news.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
We are no longer the underdog. We're not a small company or a struggling upstart. We're not Davids. They're not Goliaths. You could say we've succeeded, and in doing so, we created something bigger than a car, bigger than a factory, bigger than us. And best of all, we're not done creating.
E-business solutions. Judging from the number of e-businesses going out of business, most haven't solved anything. At Dell, we design our servers, storage, and services to make it easier to get results. They help us generate $15 billion a year in e-commerce alone. Now that's what we call solutions. What about you? To find out more, visit Dell.com. Yep, it's that easy.
Dell E-Business servers use Intel Pentium 3 Xeon processors.
E-Trade, the #1 place to invest online, presents the return of the week. Brian Billick's Ravens haven't scored a touchdown in 4 weeks. Last Sunday, Tony Banks threw a touchdown, but it was to Titans linebacker Randall Godfrey, who returned the interception 24 yards for a score. Godfrey wrestled the pass away from tight end Ben Coates, earning Tennessee a key divisional victory.
Thank you. As you know, profits have been down. And with that being said, I'd like to announce my new CFO, Monsieur Chappie.
Look at the people.
Monsieur Chappie says that casual Fridays will now be tube top and foot pajama Fridays.
Chappie likes, Monsieur Chappie likes. Wee, 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 wee.
E-Trade, it's your money.
Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Welcome back to Tampa, Florida, everyone. You wonder how players sometimes get prepared for the game? They look for words from a higher source. They're wise. Safety John Lynch from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he gets a note every Sunday before the game. The note today said, control yourself. Trust your instincts. And big players make big plays in big games. This here is a big game. He'll be out there fired up and ready to go. Back up to you, Pat and John.
All right, DJ, and Lynch is always fired up. Gramatica set to kick it off for the Buccaneers. Troy Walters is back deep for the Minnesota Vikings. Gramatica lines it 5 yards deep into the end zone. Walters is going to bring it out. Doesn't make it to the 20. Here's the Viking offense. The very explosive unit. Up front, an excellent offensive line. Stussy, Lucina, Burt, Dixon, and Stringer. Stringer having a great year. Randy Moss, Robert Smith, Fine Sasser. Davis is the tight end, and Cris Carter. The other wideout. Randy Moss comes wide right, and Carter goes left. Robert Smith's the deep back. Culpepper. Rolls right, and he's going to run right. And he is a load. Picked up about 6. John Lynch put him out of bounds. Here's the Buccaneer defense. One of the quickest, one of the best. Jones, Sapp, McFarland, and Ahanatu. The linebackers, the great Derrick Brooks, Jamie Duncan in the middle, and Sheldon Quarles. Barber, Damian Robinson, John Lynch, and Donnie Abraham. 2nd and 4. Culpepper's first effort got 6.
Daunte Culpepper is calling an audible here.
Yep. Robert Smith. Surging forward, Damian Robinson wrapped him up along with Ahanatu.
They always talk about 8 in the box where you bring up that extra safety. What the Vikings would like to do when they bring up an extra safety, whether it's John Lynch or Damian Robinson, is throw the ball. And then when those two guys are off, that's when they like to run. That time, Damian Robinson was up as the 8th guy up, and he was also the guy that made the tackle.
That extra surge by Smith got the Viking first down. 3 wide receiver set up now. Matthew Hatchett is the 3rd. The handoff again to Smith. To the 35. Donnie Abraham again made the stop.
That's one of the things that Denny Green wants to do is to show him a passing formation like the 3 wide receivers and then give them the run, and not let them not go 2 tight ends and run or those types of things where they're going to anticipate run and really gang up on it. I mean, what he really wants to do is the guy that's the key to the whole defense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is John Lynch. They want to keep him off and back, and when he is off and back, then they want to run the ball.
They've got him there now on 2nd and 4. Now he inches up. Culpepper deep to Moss. Picked off and dropped by Damian Robinson. He had it and lost it.
And then that was the situation that we were talking about is if John Lynch is back and Damian Robinson is back, then they have both guys up. Now, when John Lynch comes up, then they know that they're going to get a man-to-man situation out there. They got the man-to-man situation. Randy Moss wins the man-to-man battle, but who comes over there and knocks the ball down? The free safety, Damian Robinson.
Heck of a play.
Heck of a play. All right, of course, he's looking for Randy Moss. I mean, that's the guy that they said, Randy Moss cannot beat us. He can't go wild against us today.
He's the guy you better look for. They're showing blitz. Culpepper. And this is when he can kill you. He got a first down. When he sees a lane up the middle.
And you see the blitz. It was Damian Robinson right here. They're bringing the safety or that 8th guy. Now, if we stop it here, if you just give him that little lane right there, in fact, that becomes a big lane now, he is going to take it. In fact, he told us that last night. He said, anytime that I see a lane up the middle where I can run and get a first down, Denny Green has told me to go for it.
1st and 10, Minnesota. The Vikings unbeaten. Here comes another Buccaneers blitz, and this one is a run blitz, and Smith runs into it. Lynch.
John Lynch got up, and he came over to, I think he came over to talk to his defensive coach here, Herman Edwards.
Yeah.
But you see him inch up there. He's holding it. Then he gets to what he wants him to do is count him as being back. But I'll tell you, he has great timing. That was great timing on his play. And he has great instincts, and he's a heck of a tackler. This guy's the full package as a safety.
2nd and 11. 3-wide receiver package for Minnesota. Carter was the man in motion. Ball is loose. The ball is loose. Knocked backwards. The Buccaneers have it. Recovered by Marcus Jones.
And so then Warren Sapp comes up with a big play. Warren Sapp is the guy that got through there first, and instead of going for the sack, he looked like he just went to knock the ball out of Culpepper's hand. What you're going to see, number 99 right there. See him come in there, and he just, as he was going for the tackle, he took that left hand and just stripped the ball right out of Culpepper's hand. That is a heck of a play by Warren Sapp. Marcus Jones, he's pretty smart. He knows he's just going to fall on it.
Yeah, that's the right thing to do for Marcus Jones.
Watch Sapp. He gets the outside shoulder of Corbin Lucina, takes that outside shoulder, just powers through it, and swipes the ball out of Culpepper's hand.
1st and 10 for Tampa Bay at about the 14-yard line of Minnesota. No score. Not yet. John King back to throw. Pass complete to Keyshawn Johnson, who heard it backwards. Short pickup. Here's the Tampa Bay offensive line. Pearson, McDaniel, Christie, Middleton, and Wunsch. McDaniel and Christie, of course, ex-Viking. Jaquez Green, Warwick Dunn, Allstott Moore, and Keyshawn Johnson, who just made the reception. 2nd and 5. 2 tight ends set up for Tampa Bay.
You want to do some of this and throw out of this. Yep.
Keyshawn fighting for the end zone. And he made it. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
This is one of the things that they talk about is give them the 2 tight ends, and then the Vikings, when you give them 2 tight ends, they will play run. And then that's the situation that they want to throw the ball on. That's where being big and strong and a wide receiver is good. You see how big and strong Keyshawn Johnson was, how he could stay in bounds on that?
And if he wasn't, he wouldn't have made it.
I would still say, though, that Keyshawn Johnson gets that touchdown, but to me, that should go to Warren Sapp.
Yep. And the recovery by Marcus Jones was pretty astute also. Just falling on it instead of trying to pick it up. But Warren made the play. And he knows it. And he's proud of it.
Free to move about the country.
This new car was going to be different from anything Saturn ever built. It was going to be bigger, more powerful, more luxurious, more everything. And while creating an entirely separate plant may not have been absolutely necessary, it was the right thing to do. Welcome to the factory, the Saturn L Series build.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by South. The NFL, an official airline of the Super Bowl.
Here's the touchdown. Here's Keyshawn Johnson. Chris Dishman has to come across with him. Johnson comes here and just runs to the outside. Dishman kind of gets lost as he goes across. You see how deep Dishman has to get? And then Johnson can run that short pattern. And then, as we said, his strength and power can get him into the end zone. Again, the ball has to break the plane of the end zone.
Gramatica back to kick again to Troy Walters. First kick sailed about 5 yards deep into the end zone. Walters brought it out.
Gramatica was fired up in that first kick.
Yes, he was.
Fired up on this one.
Bring it out again from inside the end zone. And again, he doesn't make it back to the 20. Tampa Bay leads the undefeated Minnesota Vikings 7-0.
We are no longer the underdog. We're not a small company or a struggling upstart. We're not Davids. They're not Goliaths. You could say we've succeeded. And in doing so, we created something bigger than a car. Bigger than a factory. Bigger than us. And best of all, we're not done creating.
54-yard field goal. 5 seconds left. Their season all comes down to this. Here's the snap. The kick is up. It's got the distance. It's good. It's good. It's all over.
Philips digital recorder with TiVo, pauses live TV, and a lot more.
That's my chalupa.
That's my chalupa. That's my chalupa.
That's my chalupa. That's my chalupa.
My chalupa!
Everybody's got their chalupa. Some hunger for the Baja with zesty pepper jack sauce and fiesta salsa. Others crave the bold Southwest flavor of the Santa Fe. What's your chalupa?
Dude, you got a really good voice.
All 4 flavors now 99 cents each.
Critics are raving about the newest Fox hit series, Boston Public. The New York Daily News says it's the best new show of the season.
I don't want to go to school with sucks. Every kid has to have a degree in suckhood.
It's as inspired as The West Wing and as fast-moving as ER. Give David and Kelly an A+. Boston Public, all new at 8/7 Central tomorrow on Fox.
10:21 left to play in the first period. Tampa Bay 7, Minnesota 0. Warren Sapp so far has made the big play.
Yeah, I mean, he's such a big, strong guy, but he also plays with quickness.
Oh, boy.
He's more of a finesse tackle than he is a power tackle.
Culpepper out to Cris Carter. Breaks away from one tackler. Makes a Viking first down.
Watch this, how quick Warren Sapp gets off. I mean, he's going to be that ball is snapped, and there's Sapp. He's the first guy. Look, everyone else is kind of still in their stance, and look where Warren Sapp is.
First down, Minnesota.
Warren Sapp weighs somewhere in the neighborhood of 300 pounds. I think it fluctuates a little bit more than maybe he'd like for it to, and certainly more than Tony Dungy would like for it.
But he does have quickness and explosion.
He really does, yes. Smith, no gain as the Buccaneer defensive unit swarms on Robert Smith.
Look at that shot there, Pat. There's 11 Buccaneers on that play. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. You know, I've always said this about this Buck defense. They don't have any guests, that they're all tacklers. If you looked at that shot right there at the end of the play, there was 11 white jerseys around it.
That's a tribute to their defensive coordinator, or the defensive coordinator, Monty Kiffin. He does a heck of a job.
Yeah, he sure does.
3 wide receiver package for Minnesota. Kleinsaucer, however, is behind Culpepper. Looks like he's changing plays again. Fake draw. From behind to Jim Kleinsasser, the 280-pound fullback.
That's the thing that Culpepper has, you know, being so strong. Marcus Jones, the right end, gets around him, and he's going to come here. Watch Marcus Jones. He comes from this backside here. He has Culpepper. I mean, he has him high. He has him by the leg.
Has him by the leg,
yeah. He doesn't do it. He can still step up and throw the ball.
First down, Minnesota at their own 46. Four-man front. Rush almost got there again, but it didn't. It's Cris Carter. Carter to the Tampa Bay 15.
And that's exactly what they want to do. They see John Lynch come up. And anytime John Lynch comes up, they know that they're going to have a form of man back there. That at some point they have to play man-to-man coverage. He gets Cris Carter on Donnie Abraham that time. And the reason that he threw that pass is because John Lynch came up.
39-yard pickup. First and 10 at the Tampa Bay 15. That's Kleinsasser again. Just made the pass reception 2 plays ago. Now he gets a carry.
That was one of the things Denny Green was telling us last night. He said, you know, before this is over, Jim Kleinsasser is going to have 30 or 40 carries, but he said we've been playing such good defenses against us that we haven't been able to do a lot of things yet. He said there's a lot more offense that we have, and part of that offense is going to be Kleinsasser. There's Monty Kiffin again trying to come up with the mixture of defense where the Vikings don't know what he's doing. Because when they do know what he's doing, they can just eat you up.
Blitz again, and Culpepper throws high. They picked up the blitz.
And they picked up the blitz, and usually you expect man-to-man out there. You don't expect the safety to be sitting in there. Damian Robinson, the free safety, was sitting in the post. So Culpepper has to throw this away. You see, when you see the blitz, then you usually expect that you're going to have man-to-man on the outside. See the safety blitz? But watch, Robinson stays right there. You see, now when he goes to throw it, they're going to have Randy Moss inside out. He saw Damian Robinson there and just threw it away.
Third down, 2 tight ends for the Vikings. Smith, the lone setback. Here comes Lynch again. And they pick him up again, but he hurried Culpepper. And he threw high.
Yeah, well, it's that same thing. They did the same thing. They bring Lynch, so they expect that the free safety has to cover, and he sits here in the post. It's the exact same thing. You're going to see, here comes Lynch right here. Robinson sits here in the post, and he's looking right at Randy Moss. They're not going to let Moss or Carter get into that post.
So Gary Anderson, the NFL's all-time leading scorer with 2,004 points, just set last week, will try for a field goal from 30 yards out, and he puts the Vikings on the board. It is 7-3. Tampa Bay lead with 6:35 left in the first.
There will be moments when the planets align, the heavens part, and the car god smiled down upon you with the beautifully clear, winding road. The mid-size L-Series performance sedan, because it would be a shame to disappoint the car gods.
Nice place.
Oh, thanks. Used to be a warehouse.
Killer office.
Yeah, it was actually a warehouse.
Cool place! What? Cool place! Oh, it was a warehouse!
UPS helps companies shed costly warehouse space by streamlining supply chains with new ideas that trim inventory and increase speed to market. UPS, moving at the speed of business.
Our company needed managed internet solutions. PSINet delivered.
We needed managed web hosting. PSINet fit the bill.
I wanted multi-currency e-commerce. PSINet was there in over 160 currencies.
We needed transaction solutions.
PSI Net executed to specifications on time.
Simply put, I needed everything, and PSI Net gave it to me.
Your business internet opportunity is knocking. Open the door. Call or contact us today.
Rolling Stone calls the street irresistible.
I am hotter than a fox in a firestorm.
And raves it's a buy.
How long are going to be begging for it?
From the creator of Sex and the City, The Street, series premiere at 9/8 Central, Fox Wednesday.
Good time had by all. And a beautiful day. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, seems like I've heard that somewhere times before. They've never returned a kickoff for a touchdown in the history of the franchise.
They used to say that way back when John McKay was coaching this team.
Mitch Berger to kick it off. Aaron Stecker back deep for Tampa Bay. Stecker at the 1. And a flag on the play. And I guess you'll hear that same statistic, that same fact again, because Stecker just got it back to the 27, and there's a penalty marker down. Tripping against Minnesota.
How in the heck can you trip?
Did they trip the ball carrier? Phil Luckett is the umpire, or the referee, I'm sorry.
Tripping, kicking team, number 81, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Chris Walsh.
Usually you get your feet in a bad position when when you're not in a good position to tackle. You usually have to reach something out.
Well, that
an arm or a leg.
That builds all that, doesn't it?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Happy birthday to me.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
Hello? Security?
Make it a Bud Light.
Our first lesson this morning will be the sit and stay command. And say sit, stay, sit, stay, sit,
This dog's in big trouble.
Buy online, return to the store.
No problem.
BestBuy.com. It wasn't that easy.
We didn't have to offer side impact airbags on all our new cars. We didn't have to make those airbags the kind that are designed to help protect your head, just like the ones that come in Mercedes and Volvo. We didn't have to. That said, we did.
South to south pit, stroke, check, check.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Saturn, now with 2 distinctively different car lines, the L Series and S Series. By BestBuy.com. By IBM, taking e-business and your business to the next level. And by Bud Light, for the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Congratulations to the New York Yankees on their World Series conquest over the Mets. They hold their spring training here just nearby, and that's supposed to be a replica as near as they can do of a smaller stadium of Yankee Stadium. That was Green, intended target. There is, boy, what a history that franchise has had. 2000 is already up there.
Yep, they just put it up. In fact, I watched them do that the other night. I was watching the news and saw them put up old 2000 there.
26 times, now 27 times world champion.
And I think Joe Torre, as you watched that, was more emotional about this one. And a lot of the players than any of the previous 2 they've won.
Flag on the play as Warwick Dunn gets the carry. Looking for room, couldn't find it.
Yeah, see, this is a situation that is tough. When, we talked about where you throw on first down and loosen them up a little, and then you come back with your run. But when you throw an incomplete pass and then you don't run anything, then you need a penalty. They just got a penalty here.
The Minnesota defensive line, Talance Sawyer, Tony Williams, Hovan, and Randall. The three linebackers have been shuffled around by the Vikings. McDaniel moves back to the outside. Kylie Wong comes to the middle, and Dwayne Rudd is on the strong side. Tate Thomas. The rest of the Minnesota secondary. Second and 5. King drops the throw. Is hit just as he let it go. Intended for Keyshawn Johnson. Right now, for a game break, let's return to James Brown in Los Angeles.
Hey, Pat, Peyton Manning is he is outstanding. 128 yards already in the first quarter play. This is a 31-yard strike to the tight end, Marcus Pollard, and Indianapolis on top of the line, 7-0 in the first. Back to Pat and John.
It's 7-3 here. The Buccaneers lead Minnesota. 3rd and 5.
You know, I heard in that Indianapolis game that Edgerrin James didn't start. He has a bad knee or something.
Yeah. Pass complete from King to Moore, and that'll be enough for a Buck first down.
Well, Sean King got that one in. That's one of the things that they're talking about. Sean King was saying that, you know, when we get down there, we have to score. They've done that already. And 3rd down. You know, when we get in 3rd down, we have to be able to convert. And you see, here's Moore right here as tight end. Sean King in the shotgun. Moore starts to the outside. King has great protection. Moore starts to the outside and then runs that diagonal to the inside.
Stopped by Dwayne Rudd.
The key to that one was the pass protection, the time Sean King had.
Here's King again with time. Flag on the play. Keyshawn Johnson, the intended receiver.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, Pat, because the ball was tipped.
Yep.
So you can't have pass interference on a tipped ball. You can't have defensive holding.
Yes, you can.
Defensive holding means automatic first down. I think one of the things that Sean King has to do is not only pass the ball, but get it to the outside.
Defense number 24. 5-yard penalty with an automatic. First down.
Called against Robert Griffith.
Yeah, we talked about John Lynch being one of the best strong safeties in football. Robert Griffith is another one of the best strong safeties in football. In fact, I think in this game, we probably have 2 of the best strong safeties in all of football.
If there are big plays made by the Minnesota defense, he usually is involved.
See, Robert Griffith, he has the defenses on his wrist. He has a wristband.
That's Warwick Dunn. Near a Buccaneer Orlando Thomas. He is quick.
I'll tell you, he can hit a hole and no speed. He can really go.
Key inactive, Johnny McWilliams, the backup tight end, John Burrow, Bryce Pop. Their ace pass rusher, Carl Williams for the Buccaneers, the punt returner. Howe with a bad knee.
Watch Carl Williams at practice on Friday, and he's starting to look a little better. He's not ready to play today, but Tony Dungy says that he thinks he'll have him next week.
It's first down, Tampa Bay. Riddell Anthony makes the reception from King and heads down the sideline, gets another Buccaneer first down at the Minnesota 23.
Les Steckel, the offensive coordinator, is getting a good mixture going here. A good mixture of pass and run, different guys. He gets Riddell Anthony in there, the 3rd wide receiver, just throws him a little swing pass, and he gets out and up the field. But you see, he comes in motion, which gives them 3 receivers to that side, and they start to block downfield. Yeah. See, that's one of the things that Keyshawn Johnson does. You know, they all talk about how many passes you catch, touchdowns, and these types of things. But he is also a very good blocker downfield.
1 rush, 6 passes for Tampa Bay so far. John King going. Dunn is wide open. Dunn touchdown. How did he get so open? I mean, nobody in the picture with him. Warwick Dunn must have felt lonely out there.
I'll tell you, Sean King saw him, and he had time to get him the ball. Watch Warwick Dunn. And you're going to see it right here now. It has to be the linebacker that's going to get him. He gets picked a little there. It was a legal pick. He got caught up. Yep. You see that end? He tried to take away the end, and in taking away the end, he just let Warwick Dunn go up on that swing.
Dramatica's extra point is good. It's 14-3, Tampa Bay.
Today we're talking about desktops. This is the IBM NetVista X40. It's all in one. It takes up 75% less space than other desktops. It's got an Intel Pentium 3 processor. It's very cool. This is a desktop from another company. It's big, and it's big. If you want the NetVista, go to IBM.com and buy it direct. If you want the big one, go somewhere else, like a big store somewhere.
Fresh baked bread, a sandwich's best friend.
He's out there with Subway's 3 new gourmet breads, like Parmesan oregano and hearty Italian with cornmeal. Fresh baked breads with savory seasonings that are giving Subway sandwiches a delicious new taste. Subway, eat fresh.
They were a dream team, determined to go for the red. Now their only way out is sudden death. Come on! Red Planet, rated PG-13, starts Friday, November 10th.
I wish to build a new Texaco station here, near the city of Manaus.
How many cars pass by that site each day?
None.
Trucks?
None.
Buses?
None.
What do they drive on the roads down there?
Well, there are no roads.
Today, Texaco is serving the Amazon because we're always willing to consider a new idea and see if it floats.
Check it out, John. Back by popular demand. Check it out, John. Hopping quick. Once again.
Here's Warwick Dunn. Here's Ed McDaniel. Man-to-man here, man-to-man here. He has man-to-man here. He tries to help in here, and Warwick Dunn gets to the outside. But you see right there, Ed McDaniel stops right there, and that is why Warwick Dunn was so wide open. He tried to help to take away the end, and if you're playing man-to-man on Warwick Dunn, you better get your running shoes on and get your hat and get out there.
There can't be any hesitation, can there? This is Mo Williams this time from 2 yards deep in the end zone. The Buccaneers are down in a hurry. And the tackle made quickly by Rondé Barber. Great views you're seeing of the play on the field are being brought to us today by Monster.com's Blimp Trump. Monster.com operates 2 blimps in the U.S. This blimp is 165 feet long and is 55 feet tall. Doesn't look that big, does it?
Well, yeah, that's a big old thing. But the blimp's looking down there and saying, you know, they haven't thrown, Randy Moss hasn't caught a pass yet. They've thrown him 2, but that's the thing Tony Dungy said. The last thing he said,
let him beat us.
We can't let him beat us. We have to keep him under control. They have thus far.
1st and 10 at the 18. Culpepper operates in the shotgun this time and throws to Randy Moss. For a game break, let's return to James Brown in Los Angeles.
Hey, Pat and John, the Monday night hangover for Miami continues. A pass interference call in the end zone set up this play here by Dorsey Levens, who takes it across for the score. It is now 10-0 Green Bay in the second quarter play. Pat Summerall, John Madden.
Thank you, JB. 2nd and 1 for the Vikings, but the Buccaneers leading 14-3. Lynch sneaks up.
And Culpepper's trying to change the play. Then Lynch backed off. That's the old cat and mouse game in there.
No blitz.
Yep.
Culpepper finds Kleinsaucer. Gets the first down, stopped by Brian Kelly.
And that was an interesting thing. You know, you see what happens is they want to throw when John Lynch comes up. So if you watch John Lynch here, he's going to come up. You see, he walks up. Now, when John Lynch is up, they would like to throw the ball. You see Culpepper right here, he changes the play. He changes the play. John Lynch backs off, and instead of going up there, they go to a zone defense. You see, he's looking out there, and now they're in that cover 2 zone.
Did you see Brooks let the lineman know that there's been a change? Fake reverse. Screen pass to Smith. Rob got a lot of speed. He is tripped up by Donnie Abraham.
That was a heck of a tackle by Donnie Abraham, because Robert Smith can run.
Oh, he's got great speed.
He really had this sideline down here. That was an interesting play. Fake reverse left, screen right. See, we're seeing more screens this year than I can remember in the history of the NFL, and the defenses are playing them better and better, and the offenses are getting a lot more creative with them.
Because they're seeing so many, they play them better. Smith. Got 4 or 5, maybe?
Yeah, see, it's a lot different when John Lynch is back there, not making the thing that he's the only guy, because the Bucs do have great linebackers, too. I mean, Derrick Brooks, Shelton Quarles is a good one. Jamie Duncan's playing well in the middle. But if they're going to really stop the run for no gain, John Lynch has to be it. So now let's watch the play, and then down here in the right-hand corner, let's watch and see what John Lynch does. Because he's playing a cat-and-mouse game with Daunte Culpepper.
2nd and 5. Culpepper has the ball knocked loose again. He's saying the arm was going forward. That's Warren Sapp with the ball. He's run down by Culpepper. I don't see any flags. I didn't hear any whistles.
No, there were no flags. There were no whistles. It's the Vikings ball. It's the Bucs ball on the 10-yard line, but Daunte Culpepper was trying to say that his arm was going forward. He was arguing with the referee, and he won't have any of it. Watch Warren Sapp again with his speed. He just goes there, and he just went for the ball again.
And got the ball.
He got the ball and picked it up. Now, Daunte Culpepper said that should be an incomplete pass, not a fumble, because his arm is going forward.
He stopped to argue.
Arm is going forward. I don't think it is.
No.
I think he started to go forward, and I think Sapp stopped the arm from going forward. I tell you, Warren Sapp is having a heck of a first quarter. He's going to have 14 points himself right here. Just watch the burst and the speed that he has as he comes off that block right there, knocks the ball off, and then he picks it up and runs it. And what Daunte Culpepper was arguing about, they are going to challenge right now.
Yep. That his arm was going forward. It didn't look like it.
If his arm is going forward with the ball in it, then it could be an incomplete pass.
He'll lock it over to look in the box. This is a Minnesota challenge.
Warren Sapp is really dominating in that defensive line. He did it once on one side to Lucina, and that time it was the right guard, David Dixon, that he got.
It looks like Culpepper was bringing the ball down. He is saying, obviously, that his arm is going forward as if he were going to throw it, but it looks like he's bringing it down, not to throw it.
Yeah, it started. I mean, he started to. He's bringing it back, and then, I don't know. Maybe just that little glimpse. Maybe it was going forward a little. It looked like just as the ball started to go forward, it was knocked out. Again, it has to be indisputable, because they did call it on the field. It was called a fumble. And I don't know that there's going to be any indisputable evidence here. I mean,
I'm glad you didn't forget that word.
Well, I had like 3 or 4 weeks where I couldn't remember it. Then I remember it. Then it kind of locked up in there. But Tony Dungy really has his guys ready today. And you could just feel it Friday and Saturday, couldn't you? And talking to the players. And this is a team that has lost 4 games in a row. And usually when you lose, you also lose your confidence. And
but they were confident.
Yeah, I didn't have the feeling that they lost their confidence. I don't have the feeling that they're going to lose this challenge either.
Remember back during the offseason when Denny Green first started to make all the moves, and they announced that Daunte Culpepper would be the starter? Everybody thought he'd probably lost his mind.
Yeah, and there was no way. And there was no way that they were going to have this kind of year.
Yeah.
Daunte Culpepper could do these kinds of things. Daunte Culpepper's explaining to Cris Carter how his arm was going forward.
This is a long look.
Well, he's trying. I mean, it's a tough look because, you know, he's trying to get an angle where he can really see it. I didn't feel that it was going forward. I do not think that they will reverse that call.
Well, I agree with you. I don't think they will either. But the Vikings think they will.
And, you know, they don't look like it. I mean, I think if they thought they were, they'd have their offense back in the field, because if they really thought that it was, they wouldn't be sitting on the bench. You wouldn't see Daunte Culpepper sitting down. He'd be ready to throw, because if they win the challenge, it's going to be their ball.
This is an unusually long time before they arrive at a decision.
After reviewing the play, the quarterback's arm was coming forward. Incomplete pass. Results in third down. Please reset the clock to 29 seconds. Minnesota is not.
Culpepper said that he was right.
Now.
He argued that.
Yep.
I don't know how that could be indisputable. I didn't see it, but tell you one thing, Culpepper, he did two things after this play. Watch him chase Warren Sapp down here, and watch, he goes for the strip too, and watch how he takes Sapp down. Then Sapp knows he's coming. Sapp's looking back there and tries to straight arm him. But Daunte Culpepper, right after that, he did the big thing. He jumped up and started telling the official that his arm was going forward. Then he got Denny Green to challenge it, and they won that challenge.
He did that before he ever started to pursue Warren Sapp.
Okay, all right. Then he did it after he tackled Warren Sapp.
Third down and 6. Minnesota has the ball. The challenge is upheld.
Ooh.
Third and 6. 29 seconds left in the first quarter. Culpepper back to throw it. Matthew Hatchett makes the catch, and that's...
Well, you talk about a turnaround. I mean, the Buccaneers had the ball, and they were going in for a score. They get a reversal, and now the Vikings get the ball back. Culpepper throws. They get a first down. You know, these things happen in these rivalry games, the divisional battles. They play each other twice. Tony Dungy used to coach with Denny Green. They know each other so well. They're always tight games.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Tampa Bay 14, Minnesota 3. Fox NFL Sunday from Tampa Bay will continue after these messages.
Dad, I missed the bus.
Really?
The 911 Carrera, what only a Porsche brings to driving.
Thanks, Dad. Dad.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
Presenting the best minivan ever. The only one available with power sliding doors and a power hatch. Nothing else is remotely like it.
Dodge, the official vehicles of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
with the fall's biggest secret.
Well, I'm really a man.
An all-new Ally McBeal tomorrow on Fox.
Minnesota has the ball, 14-3. They trail Tampa Bay. We begin the second quarter. 14-3 Buccaneers. Here's Culpepper back to throw. To Smith.
Culpepper's pass complete to Smith.
Donnie Abraham on the stop.
Let's go back to the challenge play again. Now what the rule is if the arm is coming forward, either to throw the ball or even to tuck the ball in. If it's coming forward, it's an incomplete pass before the ball comes out of his hand. So he has to have the ball in his hand and come forward either to throw the ball or to tuck the ball away. So the only thing I can think of is they said that his arm was coming forward to tuck the ball. But I still don't think so. I think that the ball came out before the arm came forward to do anything.
Well, it was Phil Tuckett, or Luckett, sorry, who made the ruling.
Well, yeah, he saw something, but I'm sure that he did the tuck rule that was coming down to tuck.
In the first quarter, the statistics. The time of possession heavily in Minnesota's favor, but the Buccaneers lead at 14-3. The Vikings at the 33-yard line of Tampa Bay. 3rd and 3. Here comes Lynch sneaking up again. Now backs away. Now sneaks up again. Pass incomplete. I'm not sure Randy Moss and Carter were in the same place.
Yeah, so that has to be a receiver's mistake. But again, it's probably an audible because when we see John Lynch up here, you know, we know that when he's up, Daunte Culpepper wants to throw the ball. See, that's just the situation they want to throw against. So they see him up, they audibleize, and I would say that one of the receivers out here didn't hear the audible. Because one runs a short out and the other one runs a hook, and the Vikings are going for it on 4th down.
They need 3. Carter moves in motion. Here comes the blitz. And they're coming in a hurry. They got rid of it. Cris Carter.
That was a good call there by the Vikings, because what happens is one of the things that the Tampa Bay team does well is they block field goals. So the longer the field goal, the lower the trajectory. So you don't want to kick a long field goal. You don't want to punt. And so what they're doing here, the Bucs are just coming on an all-out blitz. Culpepper's back there, and again, so big, so strong, can see everything and just get rid of it.
And got rid of it for a 1st down.
I know the reason they went for that is they didn't want to try a field goal.
Fake to Robert Smith. Here's Culpepper looking for outside room. Gets it and throws it out of the end zone. Into the stand.
2nd down 10 at the 25.
Look at this from the ump cam. Let's watch this 4th down play. Now they're going to try and get the blitz. Look at it. They got 3 guys coming straight up the middle. Culpepper, that's what he sees, and he just steps up and throws the ball. That's pretty good. Well, that's why a guy like Cris Carter is so valuable. You know, in those types of situations, all-out blitz, just find an opening and let your quarterback see you.
That's exactly what he did. He ducked under a couple of Tampa Bay defenders.
Here comes the audible again.
Yep.
As you saw the blitz.
If you got time, he gets rid of it. Throws up the middle to Cris Carter. Carter inside the 10, out of bounds at about the 7.
Tell you, for a young guy, he sure has a lot of poise in here because Monty Kiffin and the Bucs defense are really playing games with him. I mean, they're coming up, they're coming off, they're blitzing him, they're showing him all these different defenses, and he's audibleizing and finding out. Now, it looks like to me that when they come on a blitz, you see, he sees them blitz and see audible to the right, then go audible to your left, and then come back. Looks like to me when he sees a blitz, he's looking for Cris Carter.
Yep.
That's not a bad deal.
That's not a bad person to look for. 1st and goal. Culpepper fires end zone. Handed by Randy Moss. One-handed. He never puts a hand on the ball.
Randy Moss is amazing. This guy is amazing. And I say you take all the quarterbacks out, and who's the best player in all of football? I think it's Randy Moss.
Randy Moss.
And watch this play out here. I mean, he's right down here at the bottom. He just runs a quick fade. They just throw it up there, and he catches it with one hand. You don't have a chance. I mean, if you're a defender, you don't have a chance. I mean, he's just going to, I mean, he can jump, he can run, he can do all those things. And he didn't even bring that left hand in there to help him when he brought it in.
That's going to make some highlight films, a lot of them. Well, it should.
I'll tell you, this guy is something. Both of these guys are something.
That's amazing.
Summer wind came blowing in from across the sea. Lingered there to touch your hair.
The all-new Lexus LS 430. Imagine how you'll feel driving it.
Now you can receive a short text message over the internet. Then send back an answer. Or simply type in one of your own. Introducing two-way internet messaging, only from Nextel.
Buy a Nextel internet-ready phone starting at $99.99 and get an identical phone free.
I was home, homeward bound. Home, where my thoughts escape, and home, where my music plays.
New MSN Explorer. Everything you need to feel at home on the web, all in one place.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Toyota. More choices, better selections. Experience Toyota today. By Nextel, how business gets done. By MSN, everything you need to feel at home on the web, all in one place. And by Energizer E-Squared, the battery with a heart of titanium.
The pink flamingos.
Is there an animal with skinnier legs than a flamingo?
Well, there might be. I'm not sure what it is. They can wade in deep water, I know that. Mitch Berger's kickoff sails 8 yards deep into the end zone to Aaron Stecker. Touchback. And Tampa Bay takes over at the 20. 14-10 the score. Buccaneers lead.
See, I told you this would work.
Good call, Dave. Excellent venue. Who do you think's getting married anywhere?
Guys, someone's coming.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing? Are you here with the bride or the groom?
The groom.
Bride. Nice to meet you.
Guys, I think they're on to us.
Hey, I think they're on to us.
Having one on the house? Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
You think they're on to us?
That's good. Watch the truck there.
Thanks to its 32-valve I-Force V8 and single-piece frame rails with 9 cross members, the Toyota Tundra can carry up to 2,000 pounds of whatever.
Okay, she's loaded. Good. Now let's go back and build me some girlfriends.
The Toyota Tundra. Better from the ground up.
Step on it, Bob. Just because you're single doesn't mean I have to be.
That 70s Show Halloween special will scare you silly.
What? Are you in my bathroom?
All new at 8/7 Central, Fox Tuesday.
Coming up later today, catch the best professional figure skaters in the world as they compete in the Grand Slam Super Teams of Skating. Brian Boitano, Katarina Witt, Brian Orser, Nicole Bobick headline a star-studded field of Olympic and world champions. Round 1 of the Grand Slam Super Teams of Skating later today on Fox. So check your local listings.
Yeah, that was an interesting set of decisions that Denny Green made on that last drive for the touchdown. First of all, to challenge, win the challenge, and then go for it on 4th down and pick up the conversion.
John King looking deep for Keyshawn Johnson and finding him. Right now, let's send you down to DJ Johnson.
You know, sometimes when you're struggling as an athlete, you need someone to set you down, talk to you, and relax you. Well, this past Wednesday, Keyshawn Johnson went to Sean King's house to do just that. He said he told the struggling young quarterback that there are people here for a specific reason. Get the ball in the hands of your best players and let them work their magic. Everyone looks good in the end. And I tell you what, if the first quarter is any indication, this magic show is getting rave reviews. Back up to you, Pat and John.
All right, DJ, that's Warwick Dunn. Flashes into the secondary, and Dunn still on his feet. Dunn to about the 22-yard line. Stopped by Dwayne Rudd, finally.
Dunn got into a great matchup down there with Orlando Thomas, the free safety. First of all, he's so quick. You know, you think that he has to run outside all the time, but Warwick Dunn is a great inside runner. He buzzed that trap. He runs off Middleton's right, but watch right here. He has Orlando Thomas there. He makes that move on him and then runs right through him. You know, it all started off, though, with a good trap block by Frank Middleton, the big left guard.
36-yard gain for Warwick Dunn and the Buccaneers. This is Allstott this time. He just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Kylie Wong first to hit him.
Just watch Warwick Dunn on that run again. See that trap block there? But watch Dunn's feet. I mean, they never stop moving. I mean, they're going, but they're not always going forward. I mean, sometimes they're going right, sometimes they're going left, sometimes they're going up, sometimes they're going down. But that's the key to a great running back. You always keep your feet going.
Well, that's a perfect illustration.
That move that he put in front of Orlando Thomas.
Allstott is deep. King back to throw it. Lofting in the end zone. Touchdown Moore. The Buccaneers strike back. Dave Moore, the tight end.
Denny Green saying, what in the heck happened to my defense? First of all, Warwick Dunn gets him on a run. Then Sean King throws a perfect pass to Dave Moore. That's Dave Moore. He just comes off the line. Good pass protection. Sean King just leads him out there perfectly. Closest guy to him was the middle linebacker, Kylie Wong.
Grammatica's extra point is good, and the Buccaneers now lead it 21-10. Didn't take long.
Do you need a new car? Do you need to see the ocean? Is watching a sunset absolutely necessary? Avalon, the most spacious, most luxurious sedan we've ever created. Do you need a new car?
That bun, KFC is the one. Original recipe sandwich is the only one.
The only chicken sandwich to get a perfect 10 from the American Tasting Institute.
Oh, yum. How good is that?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go!
E-squared from Energizer. A whole new battery with a heart of titanium that lets you take power to the next level. E-squared.
Damn bones, I can't leave them alone. Gotta live in herbs and spices, but the recipe's unknown. Love that delectable taste, that added delighted moan. 10 pieces, $8.99, eat them wherever I roam. How good is that?
Halloween's not over till the Simpsons say so.
I know you'd rescue us.
Rescue you, stuff myself with candy. It's all good. All new Simpsons Halloween special at 8, 7 Central, Fox, Wednesday.
But they get two tight ends over here. Robert Griffith gets caught up, and they just run a corner. And the closest guy, see, David Moore runs right by him. The closest guy is the middle linebacker, Kylie Moore. Robert Griffith is coming in there late. I would say that was probably Robert Griffith's man. But they put those two tight ends together there, and they ran them in a bunch situation, and no one went with David Moore.
Gramatica set to kick it off. Troy Walters back deep for Minnesota. A yard deep in the end zone. Walters brings it out. Next week, Fox NFL Sunday begins with J.B. Terry, Howie, and Chris on America's favorite pregame show. And it's a key NFC East matchup as the Cowboys look to move into the playoff picture against an Eagle team looking to keep pace in the NFC East. Or the Redskins battle the Cardinals, plus other regional matchups. All right here on Fox starting at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific next Sunday. Check your local listing.
Yeah, we talked earlier in the game how Sean King had to put it on his shoulders early in the game, and he has sure done that, throwing 3 touchdown passes so far.
Career high for him. Culpepper to Randy Moss. Picked up 5. That scoring drive by Tampa Bay didn't take long. 4 plays, 80 yards.
Remember when Randy Moss was a rookie, they said that he wouldn't go inside. He was always an outside, but that's all they asked him to do. And they kept him outside, and he ran everything from the outside, an all-outside pattern. And last year he started to run some slot and some inside, and now he has the full weapons, as he says. And he goes inside, outside, cross, anything you want. Randy Moss does it now.
He's made believers out of everybody.
Isn't that all? This call being audible to a run.
Yeah, that's Robert Smith.
Now you see what they're doing again. It's when the safeties, the 2 safeties are back, they want to run. When 1 safety is back, they want to pass. So you see, there's 2 safeties back here. There's a safety here, and there's another safety back there. This is a running situation. See, when John Lynch is back, they want to run. When either one of the safeties are up, that's when they want to pass it.
Derrick Brooks made the stop. 3rd and 3. Culpepper from the shotgun. Here comes the blitz. They almost make it. The pass is picked off by Brooks. Brooks down the sideline. Brooks in the end zone. The Buccaneers add another. Sheldon Quarles applied the pressure, and Brooks got the interception. 34-yard touchdown Gallup.
I'll tell you, you have to give it to Monty Kiffin, the defensive coordinator. He has a game plan. He's either going to be off or he's going to go after him. And they kept blitzing and blitzing and blitzing, and finally Culpepper throws them one.
Well, you can almost hear Monty Kiffin saying, after all, he is a rookie.
Sheldon Quarles comes up there. He's right there in his face, and he throws it to Derrick Brooks.
Actually, he's not a rookie. He's in his 2nd year. He didn't play last year.
He's a rookie as a player.
Yep.
I tell you, it's a great game plan defensively by the Buccaneers.
Brooks' first touchdown. He's a heck of a player.
There's a little town where people work just once a week. And all the locals know your name.
Hey, Steve. Junior. The usual? You know it.
This town's called NFL.com, and you can be there with the new Smart Visa cards with remarkable chip technology. Because with Visa, you can buy anything from NFL.com, where they don't take American Express, not even Blue.
Applebee's introduces new fire-grilled fajitas from the heart of Texas to your table. Steak or chicken sizzling in a Tex-Mex marinade, served on a platter the size of Texas. New fire-grilled fajitas. It's a taste as American as Applebee's.
Both have the same six-figure salaries and perks. So why does one look forward to early retirement while the other to the 15th and the 31st? Northwestern Mutual Financial Network. Are you there yet?
Oh, yes, a brilliant move. Galway scampering across the goal to stop it. They just couldn't seem to get enough players forward before. He's showing good fluid movement. Right, left. This is another aggressive charge down the flank. He's timed his run to absolute perfection. Two defenders to beat. He's passed one. This is looking like a chance. Yes, he takes the shot in.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
USA Today says Dark Angel will get your heart pumping and your blood racing.
Get off the box!
An all-new Dark Angel.
What the hell was that?
It looked like a girl. At 9, 8 Central, Fox Tuesday.
28-10, Tampa Bay over Minnesota. 7:58 left in the first half. Pat Summerall, John Madden. That's Derrick Brooks, who just scored on the interception for the Bucs. Gramatica set to kick it off. Troy Walters back deep in the end zone. Short kick from Gramatica. Walters to the 28.
Yeah, we talk about the defense of the Bucs. What they're going to do is either rush or they're going to zone. You look, they get 1, 2, 3, 4 guys coming against 3. So they're going to have an extra guy. You block him, boom, here comes a free guy. So what they do is they load up on one side, bring 4 against 3, drop the end on the other side, and they are going to rush Daunte Culpepper, and at some point make him throw when he doesn't want to or to whom he doesn't want to. And he did both on that play. Look at that. Of the 30 defensive plays, 10% or 10 of them have been pressure defenses or blitzes thus far.
First and 10 Minnesota from their own 28. Culpepper drops the throw. Pointing downfield. Now he's going to take off with it. To about the 48. Viking first down.
Daunte Culpepper on the run. Brought down by Sapp.
Yeah, it was interesting that what the Bucs did on that last defense better, where they ran a line stunt. I don't think that works against Culpepper. I mean, I like their other plan where they're either going to pressure him with the blitz or they're going to drop everyone in a zone. That time they ran line stunts and they got out of their lanes, and then Culpepper was able to run against them.
That's what he's looking for. He sees the lane and he's going to take off.
And the way the Bucs defensive line is playing, they don't need line stunts.
That's right. Play this one straight away. Cris Carter claiming he was held. He was also doubled. No flags. We talked with Warren Sapp yesterday about all-pro linebacker Derrick Brooks.
The best player I've ever played with. No doubt about it. I've known him a decade now. You know, we and him had some good battles in college with Miami and Florida State, and we came here together and said, you know, let's turn this thing around. You know, he's not accustomed to losing, and neither am I. And we got to put ourselves in a position where we were going to get better as players every day that we stepped out on that field.
I don't know how you get much better. Not only is he a great player, a great human being, he does a lot of community work, does a lot of good. Culpepper has time on the hop to Moss.
And now he's played with a lot of poise, Daunte Culpepper is. I mean, there's going to be a point that he may get rattled here, you know, because they're starting to hit him now. They got the interception, they got the blitz, and sometimes when you get the blitz and then they fake a blitz, it's not coming. Your timing still plays like it's a blitz, and it's not. These are things that, you know, Culpepper hasn't seen some of this stuff.
28-10, Tampa Bay leads Minnesota, 3rd and 10. 2 for 5 on third down conversions so far. From the shotgun. pressure. Carter comes down with it.
How in the heck did Cris Carter catch that ball?
It depends on how he marks it, whether or not he got the first.
It looks like it's inside the first down marker where he put his left foot. Left foot usually means a first down. Right foot is back, but it looks like it's just inside that. But Denny Green is already gone for 1 4th down, and I would anticipate he'll do it again.
It's 4th down.
Culpepper made a great throw, throwing it away from the defender, and then Cris Carter make a great catch by adjusting to it. So he just threw the ball away from the defender, and then Cris Carter used his body and his hands. This could be a big play here.
It's 4th and short. Not quite 2.
The Vikings are confused. They're going to take a timeout.
They have to take a timeout.
Yep, you don't want to be going for it on 4th down confused.
And not be sure. The Buccaneers lead the Vikings 28-10.
Kickamus, Maximus, Buttimus for PlayStation 2. EA Sports, it's in the game.
Rated E for everyone.
5:37 left in the first half. 28-10. Tampa Bay over Minnesota. Vikings just used a timeout. Daunte Culpepper over to talk to Denny Green. They're going for it on 4th and 1.
Denny Green, the head coach, of course, the offensive coordinator, Sherm Lewis. And, you know, the Minnesota Vikings have 2 new coordinators, Sherm Lewis on offense and Emmett Thomas on defense, both coming over from the Green Bay Packers last year. Sherman Lewis having to make this call. It would be tough to pick it up in a run.
They had a lot of people up there. Culpepper's going to throw it. Incomplete. Lynch very close to Culpepper just as he let it go.
And I'll tell you, they're just smothering him. I mean, this defense is not going to let him have any holes. They're not going to let him have any soft spots to run. They're going to blitz him. They're going to put pressure on him and make him throw when he doesn't want to and throw in lanes that he doesn't want to, as that last play. This is very, very aggressive defense by Tampa Bay today.
Good coverage.
And this is kind of like the Bucs of last year.
Yep.
You know, when we saw them and went all the way to the championship game. There's Monty Kiffin, the old defensive coordinator, calling those plays. He got his plays in his back pocket. You see in his right back pocket, and he never even looks at them. He doesn't have to. It's all in his head. That's put up in his head. That's his days at Nebraska, I think.
King fakes and throws. Has Keyshawn Johnson, and Keyshawn loses his shoe. I guess it's his. But makes the catch and moves it 6.
Yep. Watch Keyshawn Johnson. He's here. He's going to run. Instead of running a slant, he gets that inside position, and then he comes back to Chris Dishman to hold him enough and then run away from him. So that looked like a slant. Then he comes back in, and then he makes a deep cross out of it. That's a pretty good pattern.
And King picked him out.
And the Bucs have to do more of that. Stretch that defense. Get more of a vertical passing game, and they're doing that in this first half.
Vikings showing blitz as King drops back and fires. Pass. Flag on the play. Intended for Anthony.
And that's in the area of offensive holding.
Yes.
Someone said, where was he the last series? Because he didn't have time to hold. They got all the reasons they couldn't hold. But they had to get rid of the ball quickly on that slant.
Holding. Offense, number 73. 10 yards, 10 to repeat. First down.
That's Frank Middleton. He's a right guard. A fact, I think he's the best player on this offensive line. He was the guy that made that trap block earlier. He's blocking down. Yeah, that looks okay. You got to let him do that. A guy takes you inside, you have to collapse him. That's all Middleton did.
Hold is second. Move the ball back a little bit.
Now they got Randall McDaniel, Jeff Christie also. You're playing for the Minnesota Vikings, now playing left guard and center for the Bucs. But I think Frank Middleton is the best of that group right now.
First and 20. High over the head of Jacquez Green.
Things pass intended for Green.
He looks like, if you watch him in practice, he doesn't look like he could hold up to the rigors of the NFL.
I saw him earlier. You know, we talked about Randall McDaniel. Remember the stance, the way he does that. He started when he had a bad knee. He doesn't even put his left foot in the ground. He has his right foot in the ground and his left ankle. And then he plays off that. He doesn't have the knees anymore. He's playing too straight-legged, but he is very, very strong in his arms, hands, and shoulders.
Second and 20. Here comes the Vikings showing blitz, and here they come. King deep. Incomplete. Intended for Green again.
Yeah, that was one of the matchups that they wanted to do, is they wanted to get Jacquez Green over there on Robert Tate. Remember, Robert Tate is the guy that was a wide receiver, and they made a defensive back out of him a year ago. The Bucs think that if they're man-to-man coverage, that they can work on him. And the matchup that they like is Jacquez Green against Robert Tate. They just got it that time, and Robert Tate won it.
Third and 20. Buccaneers leading 28-10.
Hard to get a first down here, but they can get in field goal range.
And it's caught up the middle by Green this time, and he gets down to about the 28, and you're exactly right.
Yeah, that was a good play, and I think they have to kick the field goal here, see, because they're third and 20. You don't have a lot of plays for third and 20, but if you get the defense playing soft like that for 20 yards, you can get enough for a field goal, and that's exactly what they did.
Martin Gramatica, who can certainly get it there. Mark Royals, who's the punter, who has been inactive today.
47-yard attempt.
In that he's not on the inactive list, but he hasn't had any activity. 47 yards away for Gramatica. Started off slowly, but that's got plenty behind it. That would have gone 20 rows into the stand. And it's 31-10. The Buccaneers lead the Vikings.
Sit down and listen to your inner voice.
My inner voice says honor my inner child.
Mine says love everyone.
My inner voice says I like a Wendy's bacon mushroom melt. David, you need to go deeper. Oh, okay. With Biggie fries and a drink?
Wait, my voice is saying that too.
Of mine.
When you're hungry, Wendy's bacon mushroom melt with 3 strips of bacon and mushrooms in a cheddar cheese sauce is like a voice that can't be denied. When you gotta have one, you gotta have one.
Boy, talk about inner peace.
The creator of Ally McBeal and the practice invites you to meet the faculty of Boston Public. The series USA Today called The Monday Show to Watch. Catch an all-new episode tomorrow at 8, 7 Central, followed by an all-new Ally McBeal. Fox Monday.
You know, that 31 points, that ties the team record for points and a half. The last time they did that was against Chicago in 1996. You don't think that Tampa Bay is a high-scoring team.
You don't.
They're on record to score about 70 points. You think of them since Tony Dungy has been here, a ball control team, a running team, a good defense, opportunistic. But Sean King, we said earlier that he has to do it, and he has to do it early. Look at those 9 out of 13, 3 touchdown passes he has, because Minnesota would gang up on the run if he didn't do that.
Roy Walters back deep for Minnesota at the 2. Chased out of bounds. The special teams, the coverage teams, the kickoff coverage team, particularly for Tampa Bay, has done an outstanding job.
Yeah, they've all, and their defense, that combination of the coverage teams and defense have all done a great job. I mean, they're all good tacklers, and everything Remember we had that one picture where Robert Smith ran and there were 11 Buccaneers around him, and it seems like on the kick there's 11 guys there. I mean, they're just swarming to the ball and gang tackling. This is the way defensive football is supposed to be played.
1st and 10 at the 25, and they fake to Robert Smith, and Culpepper goes incomplete. They thought for a minute, the crowd did at least, that it was picked off by Donnie Abraham. It was not.
Yeah, it looked like it went right through Randy Moss's hand.
Yeah. Which is rare in itself.
That's Randy Moss there. In fact, he took his eyes off it. He was looking. Well, when you see number 47 and you see Brooks 55 out there coming, you do sneak a peek.
You should sneak a peek.
Randy Moss sneaked a peek on that one.
Culpepper drops the throw, is chased, gets it out to Matthew Hatchett, and Hatchett will get a first down for Minnesota.
Yeah, you always talk about the wide receivers of the Vikings, and Cris Carter, the guy that's been around so long, a great receiver. Randy Moss, one of the best players in football, and then Matthew Hatchett is pretty good here too.
He is.
And when they go 3 wide receivers, that is a very good formation for them, because their 3rd wide receiver is going to be better than any 3rd corner you can play unless you're the Washington Redskins. Look at the pressure on Daunte Culpepper so far. Hurried 8 times, hit 8 times.
Smith taken down behind the line of scrimmage by Anthony McFarland. There was question earlier in the week about whether or not he'd be able to play, but he apparently got well.
Yeah, he had a quadriceps thing, and Warren Sapp told him, he said, hey, he said, when we got rid of Brad Culpepper and you got the job for the whole season.
You got to step up.
He said, yeah, you can take a day off practice or 2 days off practice, but when Sunday comes, you better be right here lined up to me, next to me right there. Those two look a lot alike, too, don't they?
They sure do. On 2nd down, here comes the blitz, and Culpepper stands in there and bounces it out to Carter. Incomplete.
Yeah, he had that. I mean, sometimes you start to see or feel ghosts, because that time there was really no pressure on him. There was a blitz. It is a pressure defense, but watch how well they pick it up. I mean, boom, boom, boom. They have everyone. Look at that pocket he had. Still throws the ball short.
Good pickup by Robert Smith.
Today, if you're going to play and be an every down back like Robert Smith is and wants to be, you have to be a good blocker. Because if you don't, they're just going to blitz where you have to block.
3rd and 10. Shotgun formation. Here's Culpepper. Drops it out to Robert Smith, and Smith gets a Viking first down. We get the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left, and Tampa Bay dominating the first half, 31-10.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Charlie's Angels, a new film from Columbia Pictures. Opens everywhere November 3rd.
This Friday, the Angels arrive. Critics are blown away. It's a high-octane rock'em sock'em good time. A total blast. Charlie's Angels, rated PG-13, opens Friday.
Taco Bell's Baja Chalupa, zesty pepper jack sauce and fiesta salsa with a 3-cheese blend. All wrapped in a crispy, tasty shell. It's enough to make you want to shout. My chalupa! One of 4 great flavors, now 99 cents each.
Nice place. Is that Evander Holyfield?
Pardon? It's kind of a funny story. Lassie saved my life, so...
Oh. And there's you and Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, she's great. What a cook.
Wish you could add a little something to your photographs? Buy a Gateway Select 950 PC and get a free color printer and a JamCam digital camera. Call 1-800-GATEWAY, featuring the AMD Athlon processor.
Nuts? Raymond James Stadium, the home of the Buccaneers. And the Buccaneers are not disappointing today. The famous pirate ship back of the north end zone. Bad looking things in there.
Like what?
Well, like teeth and sabers and fangs and holes.
Well, Halloween's coming up on Tuesday.
That's true.
So they can start, you can have a Halloween party. You probably could rent that thing and have a Halloween party.
You could host a lot of people. Be a lot of trick and treat. Here comes the secondary sneaking up again, and here they come again. And incomplete.
Boy, this defense is getting more and more aggressive and playing with more and more confidence, aren't they?
Daunte Abraham on the coverage, and he's hurt.
You can see he's grabbing his left side there. But he makes a heck of a play here. See, Culpepper feels the pressure, has to get rid of the ball, and he just throws it out there, and Daunte Abraham gets a great jump on it.
Damian Robinson comes in.
He's got his right hand in there. They're throwing it out there to Matthew Hatchett, but Daunte Abraham was right on that.
Dexter Jackson also. Culpepper to Smith. Over one, broke one. Got about 5. Brian Kelly up to make the stop.
And that is big not having Daunte Abraham in there because both of these corners, Daunte Abraham and Rondé Barber on the other side are very good tacklers. Brian Kelly is now playing that position for him.
Here's Culpepper, drops it out to Smith again. Singleton wrapped him up.
And that's a defense that, that they want to pass against again. Anytime they're soft and too deep like that, Culpepper can get to this.
Minnesota has 1 timeout remaining.
Checking Daunte Abraham's rib, doesn't it?
Coming up on the Visa halftime report, J.B. Terry, Howie, and Chris will have scores and highlights from around the league. And our Fox Sports ticker will have up to the second stats. That's all coming up on the Visa halftime report. I guess it'll shock those guys back in Los Angeles, the score of this game.
But, the only thing is if you look at the Buccaneers have won 4 out of the last 5 games here. That's an indicator. A Tony Dungy team is never going to let down all the way. They were 3-4 a year ago and went to the championship game. So they've been in this situation and they've had success from it. So that gives them a little confidence, and that's the confidence that they're playing with today.
And the track record, of course, is that they usually split the 2 games.
I think they split every time. Since Tony Dungy has been with Tampa Bay, I think Tampa Bay and Minnesota have split every year.
On first down, Culpepper. Incomplete. No flag. Mo Williams was the intended receiver.
That's the thing about Derrick Brooks there. He's a complete linebacker. A lot of times, I think maybe with the advent of Lawrence Taylor, we started thinking of linebackers as blitzers and sackers and all that stuff. But sometimes you have the complete linebacker that if you need him to blitz, he can do that. He can play the run. If you need a pass coverage, he can do that. And that's just what Derrick Brooks did in that last play.
You heard Warren Sapp a minute ago say he's the best player I ever played with.
That's about as high as you can get, isn't it?
Here comes the blitz again. Culpepper comes out of the pocket. Knocked out of bounds at about the 30. Dexter Jackson.
And to see what Culpepper did that time, that was the overload. They're bringing those blitzes like we showed earlier, where they outman you on one side, and it's on his left side. So the blitz is going to come here, so they're going to get 4 on 3 here. He feels that, and he runs to that side, which isn't a bad thing to do. Watch. You see the overload back here on this side? He just runs away from it.
3rd and 7. Just over a minute left in the first half. They show blitz again. from all different kind of places, and Culpepper stays in and throws, and the man, Randy Moss, is wide open. He steps out of bounds at about the 16.
That's the time they have that one key. When Damian Robinson, the free safety, comes up, that's the time that they want to go to Randy Moss. Now, they have him short here, but they would like to be getting him deep. He just runs out there and doesn't do anything.
Yep.
And he just stops and they just throw him the ball. That's exactly what they're looking for. But when they get the free safety up here and they have John Lynch here, that's when they want to throw. They'd like to throw to Moss, but they'd rather throw to him deep. The corner's way off, so Randy Moss just stopped, and they just hit him out here.
Brian Kelly was really giving him a lot of room.
Brian Kelly has to be scared to death of Randy Moss, especially in that area.
The blitz is there, and Culpepper is down. Rondé Barber this time.
Rondé Barber has a lot of sacks.
Yeah.
I mean, he's something. You know, you talk about how well the Bucs have blitzed today, but their timing is really good. And then, as I said earlier, they're all good tacklers, and that's a pretty good package.
2nd and 12. No blitz this time. Just a 4-man rush. Incomplete, intended for Carter.
Culpepper's pass intended for Carter. Incomplete. Dexter Jackson on the coverage.
Dexter Jackson,
3rd down the ball.
the cover man for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Dexter Jackson comes in as the 5th or 6th defensive back. I was talking to Herman Edwards yesterday, and he said he wants to get him more and more in the game. The Tampa Bay defense has spent 48 plays, and at least 16 of them have been pressure defenses, and that's been the big key in his first half, is either pressure him, go after him, or lay off and play the zone.
3rd and 12, Culpepper back in the shotgun, and here they come again. His throw is incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. The word on Donnie Abraham is that he has pulled a rib muscle. You were saying they were looking at his rib. He'll be evaluated at halftime, and whether or not he comes back, we'll just have to wait and see.
That is pretty big.
Yeah, it is.
We just had a picture there of Herman Edwards. We're talking about Monty Kiffin, the defensive coordinator, and Herman Edwards is the assistant head coach and defensive backfield coach. He does a great job with these defensive backs.
Anderson with further holding is perfect. And the Vikings add 3 from 37 yards away. 31-13. 20 seconds left.
Your business depends on inventory that arrives right on time. Too early, it costs you money. Too late, it costs you customers. You can use the internet to make sure your inventory arrives exactly when you need it, and each customer gets their order exactly when they want it. Discover all that's possible on the internet. Cisco Systems, empowering the internet generation.
This is Cedric. Let's pretend he represents digital photos you took at a medieval fair. Nifty! Oh my! A hacker destroyed Cedric. Bye-bye, Cedric. Wait, it's a backup copy of Cedric you saved on an iOmega zip disk. Cedric is back. Take that, you hacker. Zip it. Zip it.
There's Warren Sapp coming off. They started helping him off, and he got...
He's right in the middle here on that field goal block. They do a great job at this. I mean, they put Sapp in there, and they put Marcus Jones in there, and they take Frank Middleton, their guard, and they just get a big push in there. Looked like someone fell on his knee or something, but he looks like he's okay now.
Yeah, he does.
He had his hair done yesterday. You know, we were talking to him yesterday, and he said, what are you going to do after this? He said, I'm going to go have my hair done. So what? And that's his hair done. His hair, he has not cut his hair, he said, in 4 years. So he has to bring in someone from Orlando comes in to put it. And I never thought I would see that day when you talk to a pro football player the day before a big game and say, what are you doing the rest of the day? I have to have my hair done. Your hair done?
Here comes Aaron Stecker. And he is taken down at about the 27.
But how could you not have a haircut in 4 years?
I don't know. I saw him 2 years ago, and I asked him then, how long since you had a haircut? And he said 2 years. That was 2 years ago. Coming up on the Visa halftime report, J.V. Terry, Howie, and Chris will have scores and highlights from around the league, and our Fox Sports ticker will have up to the second stats. That's all coming up on the Visa halftime report.
You know, Howie and Terry get a haircut every 4 days. I know that.
Who does?
Howie and Terry, both of them. I mean, it's been 4 years for Warren Sapp. It's 4 days for Howie and Terry.
I can understand Howie, but what do they cut on Terry?
Every 4 days, whatever's there, they just get rid of. But that doesn't look like 4 years ago.
No, it doesn't. But he said, if I wear it out, whatever out is, it stands up about a foot in each direction.
They played great this first half.
Yeah, they did.
Next Sunday, the best is back. The best night of television explodes in your living room. Fox season premiere Sunday with The Simpsons starring The Who.
How you doing out there? It's a little chilly.
The Emmy-winning Malcolm in the Middle.
I see some hungry seals.
Plus, the search for Mulder begins on The X-Files. It all starts with Futurama and King of the Hill next Sunday at 7, 6 Central on Fox.
Every morning on the way to work, Greg tells you about his new RX 300. The wood and leather-wrapped steering wheel, the Lexus DVD navigation system, the vehicle skid control, the 220 horsepower VVTi V6. You're starting to hate Greg. You want his RX. You can have it for so much less than Greg claims he paid for it. By the way, Greg's no single-digit handicap either. See Lexus of Clearwater and Lexus of Tampa Bay, Tampa.
Even though Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo is more refined and civilized than ever, rest assured, it still hasn't lost its animal instincts. Now returning Daimler Chrysler lessees with preferred credit can get a $299 a month lease on two-wheel drive Grand Cherokee Laredo.
Introducing the new Insider Pizza from Pizza Hut. It's like a pizza inside a pizza. You get more cheese, more crust, and it's packed inside an already outrageous pizza. It's one thin crust piled with 6 cheeses, then sealed with another thin crust and even more cheese. Oh, yeah! So how do we get it all in? Hey, we're Pizza Hut. We put cheese in places you've never dreamed of. Just $9.99. $9.99? That's not inside. That's insane. The Insider Pizza from Pizza Hut. Another one of the best pizzas under one roof.
Part Street Fighter, part Jet Fighter. The new 210 horsepower, supercharged Nissan Frontier.
I'm Dave Moore, and you're watching the Buccaneers on Fox 13.
The Visa Halftime Report is brought to you by Visa. It's everywhere NFL fans want to be.
And we welcome those of you watching Minnesota and Tampa Bay, Detroit and Indianapolis. Tampa Bay has tied a franchise record high of 31 points in the first half, leading 31-13 over the Minnesota Vikings.
Defensive tackle great. Warren Sapp. The Sapp is rising in this game. You bet he beats Corbin. Lucina. Ball knocked down, picked up by Marcus Jones. Howie, we got no score until right now. Motion, Keyshawn Johnson out of the backfield into the flat. Runs through Chris Dickman. Touchdown, 7-0 Tampa Bay. Culpepper back, looking, firing. Randy Moss saying, 2 hands is easy, 1 hand is great. There's your touchdown, 14-10. And then back, tight end David Moore. Touchdown pass, 3 touchdowns in the first half by Sean Key. Interception because Sheldon Quarles blitzes. Derrick Brooks there, picks it off 34 yards later. Touchdown. Great job today by Les Steckel, offensive coordinator of the Bucs, 31-13 at the half.
Kings 3 touches, a career high.
Peyton Manning, I can sing better than you. All right, Peyton, but you play better quarterback. Play action. What does it do? How he gets the safety out of the way, just enough to allow Marcus Pollard down the sideline, 31 yards. Touchdown reception. Manning 5 for 5 on this drive and 91 yards. Then out of the backfield, deep down, Harrison, 40th touchdown of his career. Beautiful little job there. And then a sack. There's the safety. Beautiful job done by Josh Williams because he's a beautiful guy. And it's 23-0. Colts over the
Beautiful
Lions.
first half by Manning, 231 yards and 3 touches.
I am absolutely tickling myself. Thurman Thomas says, watch this. I can give it up. Brian Williams strips him of the ball and recovers Green Bay up at this point. 3-0 until Dorsey Lemons back over. 1-yard run, Howie. 10-0 pack. Dorsey Lemons up inside, bounces to the outside, turns on that speed, lunges, 7-yard touchdown run, 17-0 Green Bay, and then Oronde Gaston. There it is, third quarter, up, over, touchdown reception going 15 yards, 17-14. Here they come, Miami the Pack over the Dolphins.
Dorsey Levens, 2 touchdown runs in the first half. He is out now with a bruised knee. That hurts the Packers. As we take a look at the rest of the scoreboard, ineffective offenses on display there. Good play calling by Nick Halling, though. 6-3, the contest there. 2 Vinny Testaverde picks lead to 10 Buffalo Bills points. 17-7, Bills leading in the third. And the Steelers trailing 6-0. Trent Dilfer at the helm for the Ravens. Field goals have done it. No touchdowns in the last 18 quarters for the Ravens. Boys struggling. And Corey Dillon on pace for another 200-yard day. 95 yards in the first half. They're in the third quarter of play there.
A lot of folks tuning in for that one.
Yeah, boy. Go ahead, Chris. I know you're tuned in. Boy, how we continue to always
Sean King, a monster first half here so far. The 2 biggest games that he's had so far in this season have both come against the Minnesota Vikings. The key for him today, no turnovers. This Tampa Bay team's had 13 turnovers in the last stretch of games. When they started 3-0, they did not turn it over. They're back to playing Buccaneers football. But this is the best game that I've seen him have all year.
Yeah, but really, I disagree in one sense that it's really not Buccaneer football. They're scoring, but they're scoring too quickly. This defense has been on the field 49 snaps. And, here's where the problem runs into. You're playing the Minnesota Vikings, Daunte Culpepper, Randy Moss. Robert Smith can break a long run at any time. The problem they had last week was, and it was a dominant performance by the defense, but they wore down. They were on the field too much, and they give up big runs.
Do you give up 31 points now? Do you take the 31 now and get them quick, or do you hope you get 31 in the fourth quarter?
We'll see in the second half.
31 points. My man here hit way too many headbutts.
Well, we'll see.
Way too many. There you go. Go ahead and flare up. Flare up.
They scored too quickly?
Yes.
Quickly.
This is a team that couldn't score.
We'll find out if Detroit can do a little scoring as well as the Visa halftime continues after this.
Visa is proud to celebrate the fans this season. Visa, it's everywhere NFL fans want to be.
Critics are raving about the newest Fox hit series, Boston Public. The New York Daily News declares it's the best new show of the season.
You must harness your bosoms in order to squash the discrimination by the male gonads.
It's as inspired as The West Wing and as fast-moving as ER. Give David E. Kelly an A+.
I was extorted into giving him the D.
Extorted? By who?
By Dana Poole.
How can she extort you? You slept with this girl?
Boston Public, all new at 8/7 Central tomorrow on Fox. This is Derrick Brooks of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He supports the United Way. He has a way with kids.
Okay, who wants to sing my favorite song? Good.
Who's my favorite player? Mr. Derrick Brooks. 152 tackles, 36 assists,
2 times All-Pro.
How many?
3 times All-Pro.
Better. Let's start again.
Who's our favorite player? Derrick.
Good.
Derrick.
We'll return to Tampa Bay for the start of the second half after these messages from your local Fox station.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
High Force V8 power. Superior ride, superior handling. The 2001 Toyota Tundra. Lease Tundra for $269 a month for 48 months with $1,268 due at signing. A better truck, backed by Toyota quality, only at your Toyota dealer. Toyota Tundra, $269 a month, only through October 31st.
The way I see it, you either get the best parts for your car or you settle for less. You either find what you need or you find yourself spinning your wheels. That's why you're either shopping at Discount Auto Parts or you took a wrong turn somewhere. Now, some people might say I'm pretty opinionated. Well, remember, I do tend to see things in black and white. Discount Auto Parts, the place to start when you need parts.
Today in Florida, 500 women heard the news. Some cried, others could only laugh, while some were simply speechless. And when months from now, hundreds of new babies are born, this day will be remembered as the one when everything was perfect. And the last thing on 500 minds was health plans, which is exactly the way it should be. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida. The best health plan is the one you don't have to think about.
I'm Donnie Abraham, and you're watching the Buccaneers on Fox 13.
Everybody up. We gotta have it. Let's go. One, two, three.
What do you think? NFL Under the Helmet, Saturdays at noon Eastern on Fox. Check local listings.
Back at Raymond James Stadium, Pat Summerall with John Madden, where Tampa Bay has run over Minnesota in the first half, 31-10. I wonder if he had his hair done at the half.
No, he had it done yesterday, and that's going to last for another month or so. But, you know, the big thing here is the way the defenses play. Look, they have two turnovers here. Then those two turnovers go to 14 points.
Yep.
Because that had been a problem with them. You know, in the last 4 games, the Bucs had given up 13 turnovers. So by not having any in the first half, and then by Sean King throwing deeper, you know, that really has opened up things. And now they can have a real good mixture. I'm very impressed the way they played the whole game. I mean, the way they played the whole first half.
Well, this is just good defense by the Buccaneer unit.
Yeah, we talked about Monty Kiffin and how he's done one or two things. They're either going to get up there and blitz him, or they're going to lay off in that double zone. But whatever they're doing, everyone gets to the ball. And if you just watch how they're just scrambling and tackling, and they are really putting the pressure on Daunte Culpepper.
Tampa Bay defense has pressured Daunte Culpepper 17 times out of 49. It seems like a lot more than that. Seems like they came on every down.
I know. Well, you know, it's one of the two. They're either going to come with the blitzes and pressure them, or they're going to lay off and make them read and throw against the zone. And it's been a great mixture. It's been a mixture that they haven't let Daunte Culpepper get comfortable at all.
No rhythm at all.
And this guy right here, John Lynch, is a big part of that, because he's the guy that's either going to be back in the zone or he's going to be up and blitzing.
Berger lines the kickoff to Aaron Stecker, and he's going to bring it from 2 yards deep in the end zone. He gets to about the 23, and here comes the flag. Motioning the Vikings, of course, motioning in the other direction, and it is holding against Tampa Bay.
Holding.
Still Luckett.
Team number 97. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Tyoka Jackson called for holding.
You're going to see it's right here. Here's where Tyoka Jackson is. You see that right hand there?
Yep.
You know, that's really tough. I mean, those guys, they're easy to see because they're out in the open, but it's a moving target that you can't hit below the waist. And if the guy moves at all, you're going to have an arm out there.
If you're going to hope to block him or stop him anyway.
I think this Minnesota defense now is going to have to start getting after Sean King. I mean, they're going to have to do some of the things that the Buccaneer defense did in the first half.
Back at their own 10-yard line, 1st and 10. King gets to Warwick Dunn. And Dunn gets out to about the 16 or 17. Let's send it down to D.J. Johnson.
In the first half, the Bucs coach Tony Dungy had but one complaint of his team: their inability to stop the Vikings on 3rd down. He says besides that, all they need to do is stay aggressive and play hard in the second half. Vikings coach Denny Green himself was very relaxed at the half. He said they simply need to make the Bucs punt. He said it's just like chopping wood. You take one swing at a time, and it all starts with a big stop. Back up to you, Pat and John.
Neither team has punted yet.
I think that's what Dennis talking about. You better get that big chop quickly.
Here's Dunn again. And he's got the first down. Got some room for the Bucs.
You know, here's one of the big things I think, and it's different from what the Bucs are doing, is you look at it under 15 yards. Sean King is 0 for 1 to the left, 3 for 5 in the middle, 2 for 2 to the right, and usually that's their passing game. But today, this is the difference right here. He's 2 for 3 and 2 for 2 deep over 15 yards, and 2 of his touchdowns are thrown over 15 yards. Because I thought that they were just throwing too much short passing game, but they did a little more vertical in that first half.
Warwick Dunn fights his way up for about 4 yards, 5 maybe.
See, and now what you do is then you get Minnesota going in, and they're talking about the passing game and Sean King, and he threw 3 touchdown passes, and then they're thinking pass, and then you come back in the second half, and now you can run.
You heard that George Hegeman is an offensive tackle. You just heard Phil Luckett say he's eligible.
Yeah,
he's going to be the end man on the line.
Yeah, he's just going to play tight end. They got 2 tight ends on this side.
And they decide to run in that direction, and that's all stopped. He tried to pick his way, and the pursuit was too good as Ed McDaniel came up to make the stop.
I think that was just an invitation. Here we bring in George Hegeman, who weighs about 320 pounds. We put him at tight end. We put Mike Allstott in there. We put Patrick Hape, another tight end, and you know they're going to run.
Yeah.
they just
know where they're going to run.
Yeah. Well, you're going to run usually towards those guys that you just put in, and they did. And the Vikings were just sitting there waiting for them.
4 wide receivers set up this time for the Bucs. King in the shotgun.
You know a name we haven't heard is John Randall?
That's right.
John Randall's been playing end, both left and right. He's over there at that right defensive end now.
Ball start, offense number 73. 5-yard penalty remains.
Jumped early.
You know, John Randall was such a devastating pass rusher and run player as a tackle. And I guess he was getting double teamed all the time, so they moved him out to left end. And now he played some left end, but he's over here at right end. He's over here at this position now.
3rd and 9. You heard Sean King say check, 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 check to both sides of the field. Up the middle, incomplete. Flag on the play. As Keyshawn Johnson, the intended target. Chris Dishman is saying, what? I didn't do anything.
Keyshawn Johnson did everything. When that pass went through, he clapped, he bowed,
yeah,
and he pointed.
Defense, number 25. That's an automatic.
Chris Dishman.
And that was a 3rd down, and Denny Green is still chopping wood because they still haven't stopped, and this will be an automatic first down. I think that was both a hold and pass interference.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at how the umpire saw it from behind, that's what he saw. Keyshawn really did get turned around on that.
Yes, he did.
Keyshawn's not wearing that sleeves underneath his jersey. Have you noticed that?
1st and 10, yeah. A couple of fumbles to do that to you. Here's King, the pass complete up the middle to Jacquez Green, who fumbles. And here comes Warwick Dunn. Where did he come from? Somebody shot him out of a gun back there, it looked like.
Yeah, if they call that a complete pass, then it has to be a fumble, then a recovered fumble by Warwick Dunn, and the Buccaneers ball right there.
Forward progress was ruled. First down.
Well, they said there's no fumble. They said if forward progress was ruled, that the ball came out after they blew the whistle. So there was no fumble. That was complete pass to Jacquez Green, and that was the end of the play.
1st and 10, Tampa Bay at their own 49. Here comes the blitz. Dunn, look, a flag on the play.
And that's again in the area of holding.
Yep.
Offensive holding.
It's exactly what it's going to be. Seems like the pace has slowed down here.
Well, the penalties. I mean, you know, that's...
Holding. Offense, number 64. 10-yard penalty, repeat. First down.
Or is Randall McDaniel.
Randall McDaniel holds quite a bit. I mean, I think if someone watched Randall McDaniel, you could almost call him holding on half the plays because...
Half?
Yeah, half the plays. I think he... You know, he has trouble bending his knees now, and he's so strong up above that he just puts those clamps on the guy, and he gets outside their body.
Allstott comes out. Dave Moore comes in on 1st and 20. There's a handoff to Dunn. Doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage for a game break. Let's return to James Brown in Los Angeles.
Pat and John, Miami used a little trickery, a fake punt that turned into a 45-yard gain, set up this 7-yard run by Lamar Smith, make that a 4-yard run. 21 unanswered points. I say the hangover is over for Miami. They're up by 4. Back to Pat and John.
Points will cure a hangover.
Yeah, but the game's not over either. I mean, the other night they were ahead 30-7. What happened to them?
2nd and 19 here at Raymond James Stadium. A handoff again to Warwick Dunn, who found a little room on the outside and was hit quickly and goes down at about the original line of scrimmage, which is the 49.
This guy's really something. I mean, you know, you look at him and you say that his size, he shouldn't be able to do this. Watch what they do to John Randall. They get him knocked out on that outside because he's going up the field, and then Warwick Dunn just gets right in behind and runs inside of him. See, they'll get John Randall here. He goes up the field. They start on a double. He works out. Not only does he work out, but he works up, and he just opens up that hole for Warwick Dunn.
3rd and 11. Anthony was the man in motion. Going deep. Keyshawn Johnson has it. There's a flag on the play. Robert Tate on the coverage.
Keyshawn Johnson said yesterday he wanted a chance at Robert Tate. He says, I want to get at that guy. Put me out there. Just throw me the ball, and I will get it. Look, he's going to tell Tate something right now. Better watch out. I mean, they still have that taunting rule.
Yeah.
But see, he gave that signal about talking, and he said that Robert Tate was doing a lot of talking. I'm not sure exactly what the talking was or what he was saying about Robert Tate, but Keyshawn Johnson has to watch out that he doesn't do any taunting.
Defense number 28. The penalty is declined. The pass is complete for a first down.
See, this is the biggest difference to me right here. It's not Keyshawn Johnson, but is the fact that Sean King is throwing the ball deep. You see that? You see what Keyshawn Johnson did? He took that right arm and just held off Robert Tate. And then the ball came right over his outside shoulder. Why don't you see the right arm? Hold him, then push a little, then bring both hands in to catch it.
1st and 10, Tampa Bay. King back to throw.
There you go. Good job.
Outside it goes to Anthony. Couple of jukes, and he gets down to about the 11.
That was was all that Keyshawn Johnson could talk about yesterday was Robert Tate. He said, yeah, they're undefeated. He's doing all this talking. He said, just let me get a chance to get at him.
He wasn't too happy with Cris Carter either.
Look at this. The Buccaneer offense is the only team in the NFL to have scored on every red zone series. 13 touchdowns, 7 field goals. Put the flags up when they get inside the 20. They call it the green zone here.
That means go. And King is going to go to about the 6, and that should be enough to make it 1st and goal.
That's King here. He's going to run right at the umpire. We're the umpire now because we got the camera on him. Now watch King. You see that he's going to run right at us and then rub off us. You see, rub off and see if you can get an extra help there by running at the umpire and then getting the defender on one side and you go to the other side. Tight ends have used the umpire for years.
They got
a quarterback to start. Yeah.
That's Allstott in motion, and here comes Warwick Dunn. Lost a yard or two.
Allstott better watch out. That was illegal. He was
in motion.
He was in motion going forward. You can go in motion, but you have to stay parallel. You can't go forward. And he was going to make a block on the end man in the line of scrimmage, but he's gaining ground. You see?
Yeah.
And he was going forward there, and then he really didn't make the block anyway. You see him coming forward? That's illegal. Gary wants to tackle, getting out there, making a little block.
2nd and goal. They lost a couple. Allstott's the deep back. The throw is to the end zone and incomplete. Intended for Anthony.
This is the thing that was really bothering. I know talking to Sean King was getting down here and not getting in the end zone, you know, for the touchdowns and have to settle for field goals. And they thought that was one of the big things that they wanted to do today was get down there and score touchdowns. And so far, you know, he's had 3 touchdowns, so that's not bad.
That's the career high. 12 out of 17, 8:21 left in the 3rd quarter.
You know, the other thing they've done is they've taken off over 8 minutes off the clock this drive.
Allstott moves to his right. King moves to his right. And throws it away. They'll settle for that field goal.
And I think he's settling for just being able to jump up again.
John Randall.
John Randall was coming from that back side, and Sean King was going out there, and he ran out of real estate. Watch John Randall. He's on this side. He's going to come all the way across the field. He gets by Moore right there, comes all the way across the field. And I think that Sean King just fell and said, I better get rid of that ball because he took a left hand to the head.
Gramatica will try from 26 yards away. He made it from 47. He's been on a hot streak. It continues. The Bucs 34, Minnesota 13 with 6:25 remaining in the 3rd.
Free to move about the country.
Psst, vote for me. My dad was president. I even look like my dad.
Big deal. My dad was a senator. Yep.
We have the same shoe size.
Yeah, well, I invented the internet. Lots of other stuff, too.
Once my mom thought I was my dad.
Space shuttle. That was mine.
On the phone, people think I'm my dad.
Guess me. I'm on TV.
We have the same name. My dad and I, that is.
Not going anywhere for a while? Grab a Snickers. Peanuts, caramel, and chocolate. That ought to hold you.
My dad and I wear the same pants.
I invented pants.
Hungry? Grab a Snickers.
Introducing the all-new Silverado Heavy Duty. The most powerful heavy-duty pickup you can get. Silverado Heavy Duty. More truck from Chevy.
Access NFL.com to vote for your favorite NFL All-Stars. The Pro Bowl ballot is online exclusively at NFL.com. Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
No kidding. Beautiful weather in this part of the country. And hey, at least it has been since we've been here.
You know, just looking at that group, that is not a future NFL player.
You don't think so?
No. Not in that group.
I think I'd have to agree.